Alrighty, we got our next Grand Market Grand Prix tournament match between Verjok and Apostolosoruler. This is still the preliminary stages. There's a bunch of groups, and the top two folks from each group of four make it to the elimination rounds. And what do we got here with this first kingdom? So trashing, we got trading post or scrap, draw, there's archive, there's patrician, and occasionally ironmonger. Piazza might also be draw. Action, plenty of action, village, festival, ironmonger, and plus buy, festival or scrap, or I guess contraband, but contraband's bad. So draw is a little bit limited. You don't want to draw with just archive. I mean, archive is a good card in moderation, especially early on. But if you attempt to draw a big deck predominantly with archive, you have this problem where most of your good cards are getting stuck out of play most turns on the underneath the archive, and so you don't want to draw too much with that. So I think that makes draw limited. Patrician can be draw, but it doesn't reliably hit. And Piazza will probably be one draw a turn most turns, as long as it reveals an action card. But you can't draw a ton. I think it's still pretty obvious that you build here, though. There's plenty of extra points to go around with Bishop. For example, something you could do is just gain a gold, and then Bishop the gold, Rogue to regain it, Bishop the gold, Rogue to regain it on repeat. That's a lot of points. So definitely, if you were to attempt to build, you could outscore money in the long term. It's just you are playing around something with lack of draw. For the opening, I would think on 3-4, Scrap Ironmonger seems super duper clear. And on 5-2, it's Trading Post Patrician. Scrap Ironmonger seemed obvious. They both went for it. Ironmonger's just really good early on. It's super flexible. Early on, it's mostly hitting one money or one card, which you really want early on. And then later in the game, it gives you plus action when you're probably more likely to want that. But it also, separate from the benefits it gives you, just the ability to reveal a card from your deck and discard it is also really helpful. When your deck is mostly junk, just getting to discard a random junk card really helps you get through it faster. And then scrap, obviously, is just, it's a really good trashing estates, which you want to do. I would think about an early-ish trading post to get rid of coppers, because scrap is not so good at trashing coppers, and with the paucity of draw, I would really want to get thin. Verjok goes for archive as their first 5 instead, which also seems totally reasonable. I was talking about why archive is not so good en masse, but if you have a deck that's mostly junk, like you would in the early game, archive does shine there, because the stuff that you're setting aside is junk cards, and you want that set aside. Alright. So Apo gets Trading Post as their first 5. I think that makes sense. I was just explaining. I think it's good at trashing coppers, which scrap is much worse at. And then once you get thin, you can always scrap the Trading Post later for some benefit. And of course, with mandatory trashes in your deck, like scrap or Trading Post, there's some risk in buying Piazza, because, oh no, maybe you reveal one of those and you don't have any junk in your hand. But I think the impact of that is relatively low. So I don't think that would be enough to deter me from getting Piazza at some point, once your deck is pretty full of actions. So Verjok still opting not to get a Trading Post. Maybe they're just going to trash the coppers one by one with scrap instead. Festival's not unreasonable, though. The main thing it's providing here is just plus buy. I don't think you really need the village effect all too much. Another archive. Okay. Another festival. Okay, yeah. I think if Verjok were going to get the trading post, it would have happened sooner. The fact that they still don't have one suggests to me that they're just not going to get one at any point. I don't know if that's the right call. I feel like I would have worked a trading post in there at some point, just because it gets rid of coppers much more efficiently than scrap does. And, I mean, not only could you scrap the trading post later, but if you eventually go into bishop, you could also bishop the trading post. And that's worth a cool 3 points. Pardon the coughs, I'm still recovering from an illness. So this looks like clearly patrician, and then some 5. Not sure which 5. If Wandering Wind is suggesting Piazza, then maybe it's Piazza time. Known Piazza hater, Wandering Winder, has advocated it in chat. Yeah, I mean, Piazza would not be unreasonable there. How do you pronounce Piazza? You know, like a cheese piazza, or a meat lover's piazza, or a supreme piazza? You could have piazza without cheese. It actually turns out better than you'd think. Okay, well then it probably turns out as well as you would think. It turns out better than most would think. I don't have a sense of who's ahead right now. In situations where I'm uncertain, I'm just going to guess player 1. Emporium. Is that worth it? Yeah, I don't know. Probably. Emporium is actually probably a better target for the bishop stuff than gold. I was talking about bishoping golds, which is 4 points. And, you know, bishoping a 5 cost only gives you 3 points. But each time you regain the Emporium from the trash, you get the 2 victory points over again. So Bishop Emporium regain with Rogue is actually 5 points per. And that's actually nicer. Well, a pizza is not just cheese and crust, DZ. You have the tomato sauce and whatever other toppings. Roguing a silver is a little bit sad. You don't really want more silvers in this deck. I would think that... I'm actually just kind of confused as to why Verjok has this rogue already. The more I'm looking at it. Surely we buy bishop. What are we doing? What is this rogue even for? Like, rogue looks really bad to me until you've got a bishop. You're mostly just going to be gaining your opponent's silvers, which they don't want and you don't want. And so it's just like junking yourself. Rogue's only going to be good when you can feed yourself good stuff into the trash to pick up with bishop.
I want a bunch more archives.
Say that again?
I want archives. Like a bunch of them.
More archives.
Yeah. Like 3 or 4.
Yeah, well... Apo has 0 archives, so certainly more than that. That seems pretty clear. It's possible to go overboard on archive here, though.
Well, yeah, I want 10 archives, but I want more than 2, and certainly more than 0. It is the only draw here.
That's not true. You have
Alright,
Patrician,
scrap is occasionally draw.
Patrician, Ironmonger, Piazza.
Okay, pizza is like sometimes draw.
It's gonna Piazza's
scrap
like
draw,
plus
right?
1 draw
If
most
you
of the
take-
time here.
If you take card horse with scrap, no, actually doesn't. That's not draw then, is it?
Yeah,
No,
taking
it's
card
not.
horse with scrap is not net draw because you have to
It's
trash
neutral.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Patrician is going to draw a
sometimes
decent amount of the
Patrician.
time. Yeah, Ironmonger obviously a little bit tenuous, but technically can be draw.
Anyway, they're clearly not drawing their decks, so they could use more draw.
Well,
And
they're
that draw
listening
will
to
keep
you.
archive.
They got 2 draw cards there. Well, a draw card and a draw card-shaped object.
Yeah, pizza's fine. The pizza looks better without the trading post in the deck, but it's probably fine either way.
I wouldn't even worry particularly much about that, but definitely when it comes time, you'll want to scrap that trading post.
Yeah, there's just gonna be a sad turn at some point, possibly. Wait, he's not playing trading post?
We
Why
don't
would
want
you
to
not-
trash here, I
Why would you not
guess.
trash a copper? Wait, do you really want gold copper more than like a 5 cost?
I don't.
Yeah, I sure don't. Well, I mean, I know you don't because it's gold.
Like the only thing gold possibly does here is be a bishop target. I could totally see them overlooking the Emporium bishop interaction because like that's not a thing that comes up that often. But
But have you considered that he doesn't have bishop?
that was the second part I was getting to. Is even if we were to be doing that, one would think we would want the bishop first, and then only get the gold once we ran out of other trash.
Yeah, I would have trashed it and then thought about what to buy after the fact, right? Like, I don't think any of these cards are keeping copper around.
Exactly. Like hitting 10 or 9 instead of 11 also just look like perfectly pleasant numbers. You can buy a 5 and an Ironmonger or something. It's not like there's a specific price point you definitely needed to get to.
Well, I guess you can get to like 48 or something, or 64 would be probably the price point you're looking for.
That's true. I guess you should check real fast to make sure you didn't have exactly 64. I guess yet another benefit of trashing there as Apo would have been putting more junk in the trash for your opponent's rogue to pick up. Like if you trashed a silver and a copper into a silver, well now there's a silver in the trash.
Yeah, but why do I care about that?
Because I don't want silvers and I want my opponent to have silvers, so I'd happily gift him a free silver.
Oh, so then you're saying it's a plus.
Yes, I'm saying I want my opponent to pick up that silver.
In the trash for my opponent. I'm like, why not?
Yeah, I'm saying, and that's an argument in favor of trading post is
okay.
giving my opponent a silver.
All right. Well, let's see if this bishop's gonna be doing enough work here. I do like the fact that is it Verjok? Is that what we're pronouncing it?
I have
Verjok?
no idea.
I don't know.
Verge okay.
Could be Verge okay. They do have the archives. They do have the bishop thing going on here. You can bishop the Emporia. That's fun, huh?
Yeah, I was just talking about this. There's actually more points than bishop in gold.
Yeah, that is fun. Okay.
And I was assuming that because Apo bought the gold, they had overlooked that Emporium was just more points.
So I mean, if you're Verjok, you just don't touch provinces here, obviously.
If you're anyone, I assume you don't touch provinces.
Well, Apo already touched provinces, so.
Well, Apo should undo back to the province buy. Untouch
Possibly
it.
undo back further than that and buy some archives.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable.
I mean, yeah, I think you touch provinces when the game is very close to over, but I think we're not quite there yet. I guess, do we want another bishop?
I think this deck could support 2 bishops.
Oh, no!
Or
Alright, well,
province.
provinces, so... I don't see why we'd want provinces with this deck.
Yeah, our ambitions are much too modest here. Like the bishop here is scoring 5 points per turn. That's a lot.
Yeah, 5-point bishops are definitely nice. I imagine Verjok is still in decent position, though.
I would assume they're still winning. I liked Apo a little bit better the way they played the very early game. I liked taking a trading post. But
yeah,
I think
trading post is good.
I think this has gone downhill since. Lack of archives is an issue, and then these rogues for both of them were just kind of poorly timed.
Yeah, the rogue was definitely early.
The gold and the lack of copper trash, that was also a pretty major misplay.
Can't get rid of what? You can get rid of everything here. Any card can be gotten rid of. Alright, rogue over archive seems unfortunate to me because Apo still has draw problems.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Minion Pawn. I'm sorry. There's a lot of ways to get rid of a gold. You could just sit around until your opponent's rogue hits it even.
I think Minion Pawn meant that turn because they already played their get rid of cards. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
I know, I just mean rogue. I don't know what's happening. Alright, anyway. Alright, so now we can do some bishop. Another 5 points off this bishop here.
The lack of trading post, I think, is showing in the number of coppers Verjok still has in hand.
Coppers are just atrocious.
Where's their scrap? Is it down at the bottom?
Probably. Yeah. I do think the archives help quite a bit, though, getting through these junky treasure cards, but there's still way too many of them.
This is true.
I mean, like, the single scrap is not enough. If you're going to skip trading post, you probably need 2 scraps, right?
Yeah. Or maybe if you've already seen your opponent take an appropriate number of trashers, you could just take your bishop pretty early.
That's true. You could take an early bishop, too. And just use that to thin copper for a couple turns.
Yeah. I think the best answer is just what Apo did in taking a trading post early-ish.
Yeah, T-post is... The turn 3 to 4 T-post is usually a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I could totally see an archive before trading post. I wouldn't be sad if it was the second 5 instead of the first, but I would definitely have gotten it no later than the second 5.
I mean, certainly archive is a very good card on this board, I think. Although Apo seems to disagree with our assessment. I think it depends on what the trashing looks like. In a weak trashing board, I think it's usually a good deal. I guess in a strong trashing board, like if there's a good, well, Scrap's like a decent. Scrap's really bad trashing copper though. If there's a decent like all around trasher, probably not.
All right, Apo calling it.
That is a very reasonable resign.
Game 1 to Verjok. Oh, this looks pretty fun, I would say.
Hey, Sheepdog.
Yeah, so we've got a Pleasant Kingdom for Sheepdog, because you can activate it with Remake or Displace or even Bandit or Slay. Lots of things can activate Sheepdog here. You got draw with Gear, Sheepdog, Den of Sin, Slay. You got actions with Festival, buys with Festival, trashing with Remake or Displace. And then I assume we're building towards displacing golds into provinces. That probably involves taking a bandit.
Yeah, this looks very much displacey.
So how do we open?
The order is very non-trivial. I guess you open the remake and...
Gear Remake just seems like the obvious
remake?
thing to me. Sheepdog Remake is not ridiculous.
Sheepdog Remake's fine. It gets a little sad if you draw the Sheepdog turn 3 without the remake, though.
This is true.
So Gear makes that situation definitely better.
The downside to Gear is drawing Gear turn 4 with the remake.
So like this turn right here for Apo's great, right?
Saltros, the format for this is they play 4 games, no matter what. They're not playing a specific number of wins. So and everyone in your group plays everyone else in your group, and then the 2 players with the most wins in the group stage advance to the elimination stage.
I would have strongly considered second remake there as Apo, I think. Or even here.
Well, there's a benefit to...
second remake hits 5, right?
Yeah, I mean, You're not wrong. Yeah, I can totally see a second remake.
Oh, there's a 5.
Festivals are first 5. That's not a bad choice. I feel like I'm usually just drawn towards clicking Den of Sin in those scenarios, but I see the appeal of Festival.
I probably would have taken Den as the first 5 there, just for a little tempo and trashing these remakes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is cute. Oh, no. I was about to compliment their play, but they didn't do it. I was thinking you gain the sheepdog, put the sheepdog... Oh, you can't... Does that work? I think that works, right?
Does what work?
So they had a sleigh in hand.
Oh, put it in hand. Yes.
They trash their estate. They gain a sheepdog. They put the sheepdog in hand. They react the sheepdog. Then they can draw on with the sheepdog and potentially find, a better set of cards to look at and trash.
Yeah, that could definitely work. The Den there makes sense to me. All right, draw with these sheeps. Man, what a good boy.
Good dog.
What a good boy. I think this is Den, right?
I'm inclined to agree.
Another
they are inclined to disagree.
I mean, I guess with this many sheepdogs, Festival's okay. But it's a little hard. You can't draw because you don't have anything to gain cards right now, right?
Correct.
All these states are gone, so how do you draw with sheepdogs right now?
You could remake the silver. It requires a very particular draw, but
yeah, I guess okay. Take the Den here for sure, right?
Nope,
Right,
we don't want dens.
Well, I was gonna say you need to guarantee you find your remake silver, right? So taking the Den there would have guaranteed. I mean, he found it anyway, so it's fine. But the Den there would have guaranteed this turn is actually really good.
We have a very righteous player here who does not succumb to the temptations of sin.
Mm-hmm. I think.
I do not believe so. Assemble me.
I don't know who Verjok is. They're not a league player, right?
They're not. I don't think. But they're in the Discord.
Okay. Alright. So many festivals. I don't really understand why we want this many festivals, to be perfectly honest.
Well, it's festive.
But is it all?
Well, if you get all of them, which they're aiming to do.
Call it festival, because you need to get all of them. Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Tracks.
I think we want to kill some horses here. Nope, setting 2 aside is fine.
Setting 2 aside and killing 1 horse seems reasonable there.
I would have murdered that horse. At least 1 horse has to die.
I don't know. I think Bandit now is pretty good, actually.
I'm gonna vote for Displace. I have a surplus of horses, and I would like to displace a horse into something. That could be a bandit.
You know what? I think you raise a good point. I'm on Team Displace right now. I'm easily swayed.
Well, let me convince you of Duchy.
Please do.
It's worth more points than any of the alternatives.
God. Take the Duchy for sure. Displace it for 0 points?
Yeah, I know.
How is this 5? A good card?
It's worse than a state.
Why are they taking all these cards without any victory points on them when there's this Duchy this entire time that says a big 3 on it?
Yeah, I mean, if you're hitting 2, there's already one worth 1 even.
Okay, I need Apple to take a Displace really bad right now.
I'm clicking Displace and Den.
Why?
And then
Why
Sheepdog?
Festivals? Festivals don't draw that well.
We really want festivals here. A lot. 2 sleighs?
Okay, you know what? The sleighs are actually fine. I'm okay with the sleighs. Because the sleighs do actually draw your deck, right?
Do they?
Well, because they let Sheepdog draw without needing to play 1,000 festivals.
Kannst du irgendwie ein Ohr auf die Hanna haben, die ist oben im
who is that?
Kinderzimmer?
What was that? What just happened?
Someone joined us momentarily and shared something in German. I didn't catch who it was.
Unfortunately, yeah, my German's real bad, so
My German's like 5 words, so.
Yes. I took a year of German in high school. I've forgotten almost all of it.
All right, what are we doing here?
Well, I assume we're playing the... Well, we could top deck instead of play the sleigh, but probably just take display Bandit now? Maybe take Bandit now.
That seems reasonable. You can also grab this... I would take the last festival, I guess, because Verjok's only got 3 of them.
Do you need more festivals? How many festivals do you need?
I
guess 4 is fine.
I don't want to be too limited in how many displaces I can play. Like I'm not sad about only having 4 of them to 6. I feel like I would be kind of sad about having 3 of them to their 7.
Yeah, that might be true. I mean, you don't technically have to get a bandit here.
That is true. There is no rule in the game that says you must acquire a bandit turn 10.
Mm-hmm. I mean, for a long time I did think there was a rule that said that, but I was actually mistaken,
Yeah, which was really awkward back before bandit existed as a card.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you...
You lost every game the moment turn 10 rolled around.
Yeah. I mean, so, more in the world I was talking about, I mean, you're just using bandit to get gold, so it kind of takes the place of one of the displaces, but it does get you your first gold a little easier, so that's kind of nice, but you don't... Like, you could just get a gold off of, like, remaking a 5 cost, or just buying gold outright or something.
Yeah, that also totally makes sense. You could just skip the bandit and then well, you have to get a gold once, and then the rest of your golds come from displacing provinces back into gold. So
yeah. So bandit does bandit. Well, I guess you'd rather displace a province into gold than play a bandit to gain a gold, right? Pretty much always. Yeah,
probably at some point you'd actually just remake the bandit into gold rather than play it proper.
Yeah, that would work too. All right, Verjok's on the bandit train. I don't know why the bandits have their own train, but, well, they do.
Hey, stole it.
Oh, that makes sense. I thought they still treasure. Is it a treasure train?
Is that a thing?
Well, I don't know. It has to logically follow, right? Bandits steal treasure.
Bandits can steal all sorts of things.
No, they only steal treasure other than copper, I'm pretty sure.
No, you ever hit a camel train with a bandit? Maybe your bandits are just too civil.
Yes, they're a higher class of bandit. I guess another den here is fine. Another displace is probably better, though. Wanted to score? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, those duchies.
Probably fine. I don't think Apple can win here, but maybe. So we'll probably start with... I guess you're going to win here. Probably start by remaking gear and remake, right?
What are we trying to pile? I would think sheepdogs and dins.
I don't know about that displace there. Oh, it doesn't matter. You're not drawing anyway. Oh, no, yeah, you are. Slay's
Sheepdog and Slay. Oh, yeah, you do have a lot of buys with this incredible number of festivals.
Well, what's the third pile then? I guess we're going for Slay pile?
Wandering Winter was suggesting
Or the remake?
Sheepdog Slay. I could totally see that happening.
I guess he's just I guess Apple's just like a little short on draw.
No, this is just a win in hand.
Oh, it is a win. Sorry, I didn't count. I thought they needed to draw that gold or something. All right, so I believe the Wandering Winder was right about needing to score.
Yeah. Okay, so 1-1. Going into game 3. Oh, what is this? This looks bad.
Transmute Cultist.
I don't like this kingdom.
Is this just Cultist money?
This just looks like click Cultist a lot of times and be sad.
I guess you open Quarry Silver.
That sounds reasonable.
And then just click all the Cultists and
then one person clicks Resign.
Well, Menagerie does not... Why would you open Menagerie?
That doesn't make sense to me. I mean, much as I love Menagerie, it's usually not a very strong opener.
Okay, we have a suggestion for Transmute. I did suggest Transmute, but I was being, we'll call it, not entirely serious.
So, you're just going to transmute all your runes and rush the duchies? Is that the idea?
I guess? But how do you draw? Like, if you have a bunch of duchies, you're not exactly drawing with Menagerie anymore. Are we just drawing with, like, big Diplo stacks and transmutes?
I guess if my opponent is playing Cultist every turn, I can activate a Diplomat and then play multiple transmutes in the same turn. That's some pretty high power level stuff there.
This is also Galaxy Brain, I think. Just play Cultist money and hope you win the coin flip.
Yeah, I can't believe how foolish we were to think Cultist is a stronger card than Transmute in this kingdom.
I mean, as it often is.
Second Quarry does seem kind of weird. All you really need to do is buy a Cultist.
Yeah, I think first what are the odds, right? What are the odds of hitting double 5 with silver versus Quarry silver?
Well, it's precisely a little bit more with Quarry.
Right. Okay. That was helpful.
Glad I could be of assistance.
Because hitting double 5s here is probably just game winning, right?
That would be lovely. I'd love to have 2 Cultists to my deck.
So that makes me lean towards Quarry over double silver. Definitely not Menagerie. Has this Menagerie drawn yet? Oh, it does now. Look at that.
Well, that's not guaranteed. Are you playing the Menagerie before the Diplomat?
Oh, that's true. I guess you have to, right? Because there's Cultists down there.
Yeah, I guess if the only other action I care about playing this turn is Cult... I don't...
But then you still draw just as much by playing Diplo first than Menagerie if Menagerie does not activate, right? Then playing Menagerie and hoping to find. Look at this second Quarry not being silver and not drawing.
If you play the Diplomat first, you have a chance of a really good draw. If you draw 2 more unique cards.
Potion!
It's
time!
I think it's a little bit late for that. I don't believe anymore.
No, I believe.
I don't believe.
I believe it'll be awesome. I don't know if I don't think he's gonna win.
What is that? Was that turn 10 that we got the potion?
The turn 10 potion. There's no way, right?
No, turn 10 is the bandit turn.
I think there was an errata, right? If there's no bandit in the kingdom, you have to buy potion turn 10.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah. There's a second edition rule. Yeah.
Well, then I guess they just win because their opponent failed to buy potion on turn 10. To answer a Wandering Winter's question, like, in kingdoms where Horn of Plenty is good, Mandarin Horn is totally a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, I just had this come up the other day. There was like it needs other support, like Storyteller, for example.
I need to know the situation here, because you're just top decking horns. Do you want to top deck horns that bad?
So, like, my opponent left a pile out. It might have been Verjok, actually. I think I might have been playing Verjok. Where there was a horn pile out that involved gaining horns with horn, and then gaining a Mandarin to put all of your horns back onto your deck, so you had additional gains.
So, like, alright, like, you could do with a 5-card hand, right, with, like, horn, gold, silver, copper, and another treasure. And then you can buy a province and horn a Mandarin, and that guarantees a province every turn.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. Xerix had a very different idea. The like, horn golden deck with 5 uniques. Yeah, that's horrible, but technically a thing that you could do.
It's terrible, but, it exists.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say that's never a thing. I mean, it's technically a thing, but it's, like, functionally never a thing. I've never once encountered a kingdom where it was good. I was thinking just about, like, generic horn Mandarin tricks with, like, mid-turn gains and stuff. These
Menageries just both true. That's pretty fun.
Menagerie is absurd. Even kingdoms where it has no business existing, it's still drawing.
Well, it's a good thing we have these 2 quarries to reduce the cost of transmute.
Yeah. All right, duchies, let's go. Buying more transmutes. Yeah, Verjok's just dead in the water here, given how behind they are on the transmute split.
Verjok won the ruin split. Who cares about that? Right? The transmute split's where it's at.
No, I did Verjok win the ruin split? I think Apo got more of the ruins.
Okay, this is a phrasing question.
Well, you got to consider with transmuting the kingdom, do you not want actions that you can trash into duchies?
I mean, I can't argue against that. I don't think I like these farmlands from Verjok. I don't know. If I had 8, I'm just gonna buy the I don't want to trash a gold with this sort of deck for a farmland.
Yeah, I agree. You want to empty these provinces before their transmute engine comes online.
Oh, trashing the quarry is probably fine, actually. Yeah. Oh, now you have a tough decision. Do you not play transmute, or do you play transmute?
Well, when I'm faced with the choice of not playing transmute and playing transmute, I'm drawn to the option that lets me play transmute.
Presumably you trash the mine there. I guess you could consider cultists, but eh. All right, well, we get one of those classic Diplo menagerie hands.
Yeah.
For Apo.
Turn 20, and Verjok still hasn't bought their potion. They can get it now.
Well, I think they have to automatically resign, right, if they don't buy a potion on turn 10?
Yeah, I think that maybe they just kind of forgot that rule.
I mean, it happens, but...
Look how many unique cards Apo has. It's like
Menagerie is super broken.
Yeah, for real.
Even on boards like this where it's terrible, it's still good, right?
Yeah, it's not really possible to overestimate it. Would you have opened Menagerie here, Wandering Winder? Okay, well, that was the original context for this conversation.
I don't know. I don't think the Menagerie stuff ever beats just cultist money. I don't know. Maybe if you have a spare 3, you can buy Menagerie, sure, but I'm not sure it's better than silver if you have 4 cultists in your deck already.
The transmute support, though.
It's true. Yeah, I guess at some point it's fine. So what are we doing here?
Could Apo's deck use an outpost?
I'm pretty sure this is just Duchy.
Outpost is actually not bad with Menagerie and Diplo.
So Farmland Estate, I think, is just a lot worse than Duchy there, just since Apo is clearly gunning for the Duchies, and that's the only... I don't think there's any possible way to win, but, that's the only out Apo has is taking all the Duchies.
Yeah, so. Realistically, the only way to beat the transmute rush is Duchy denial. Verjok should know that.
Farmland Duchy there might have been better than Province, right?
That seems reasonable. I feel like Menagerie might have been better than an additional transmute there. Find the transmutes you've got more often.
Too many yes, he has 4 too many transmutes.
Is there such a thing? we made a valiant attempt to make that a thing.
I am happy he tried. All right.
He didn't try hard enough. If you want to go for the transmute thing, you got to commit earlier than turn 10.
Apo does use heat, right? I'm not.
Does do what?
Apo uses heat, right? I'm not wrong on that.
I have no idea. All right, another Mandarin Kingdom.
Oh, this time you get the classic Mandarin IGG combo.
Ah, yes. The notable top deck all of your IGGs so you can play them again.
Gain all the coppers? Yeah.
Yeah, you could really rush coppers down like that.
It's the classic, you 3-pile Mandarin IGG and copper.
You get 5 IGGs in hand, and then... Oh, wait, no, that would... No, you could play the IGGs and then just not play your coppers, and then buy Mandarin, top deck 5 IGGs.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's
rush down the coppers 5 at a time. That'd be really good with tower around.
Yeah. Or gardens.
That too, yeah.
because
Well, the moment you buy your gardens, the whole deck falls apart.
Yeah, but then your deck is full of coppers, and so you can't miss gardens, right?
That's true.
So it's like 5 turns to buy IGGs, 10 turns to buy mandarins, 8 turns to buy gardens. All right, and that's like a serious rush.
That works out.
Oh yeah, should we actually like talk about the game?
I was talking about the game. I don't know what you were doing.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Yeah, envoy into IGGs is like not unreasonable.
Yeah, and it looks like a very weak kingdom, and IGG tends to shine in weak kingdoms.
No trashing, really nothing going on engine-wise.
Wandering Winter is a question. I can help out with this. Haunted Woods draws you 3 cards, but like the next turn. It's also got this nice attack that actually really hurts night cards, and they both got a Devil's Workshop.
I guess probably for playing money with IGG, maybe Haunted Woods is a better terminal than Envoy.
Yeah, especially once you have Devil's Workshop around. Haunted Woods is just like it gets so much stronger versus night cards because if you just buy anything, you can't play your night cards at all. That sucks.
So what's the deal with these Devil's Workshops? Are they good at all?
I'm gonna say no.
It's just like a gold gainer, I guess.
I suppose.
But, I don't know. It doesn't seem very good to me.
I don't want Devil's Workshop.
I think I don't know. I think double Silver Open here makes sense to me.
Or Silver Envoy.
It could be Silver Envoy too. Silver Envoy is fine. Turn 3 Envoy is really, really nice. So there's that.
Jester. I am unpersuaded by the Jester. I feel like you're going to give out coppers a lot, and I feel like coppers don't hurt the IGG deck enough.
Sorry, Minhan, when are you gaining imps? I guess if you play a Jester, you can gain an imp?
IGG can gain you imps.
Then you're getting a copper. Like, do you really want to gain a copper and an imp?
Not that badly, no.
Yeah. So the only way you're getting imps off of your workshops is if you collide 2 of them, which means you have to have 2 in your deck, or you have collide it with a Jester or something. Which means you have to have a Jester in your deck. So
lining up just 2 Devil's Workshops seems tricky. You might want to get like 4 or 5.
Oh, just to make sure.
Just to
and then
guarantee collision.
You draw 5 of them. How many? You get so many imps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised no one's going for IGGs. They seem pretty clearly like the thing to me.
The not gotten gains. There we go.
All right.
I think Envoy seems fine versus IGG. I mean, your deck's going to be like a lot of like low value treasures and some junk. And it's not like there's like a particularly great card in your deck that they can discard.
Well, the other thing is you're only looking to hit 5, right? I mean, you want to hit more later than that, but 5 is the number you really want to hit. And even in a junky deck, Envoy's pretty good at hitting 5.
That is true.
It's probably not great at hitting like 8, but hopefully by the time you need to hit 8, the game is you're basically far enough ahead on the IGGs.
Yep.
Here it is. We got the combo.
All right.
In time.
I'm wondering when you click Enclave here, if ever.
Enclave? Enclave is probably better than Province. No, maybe not. Yeah, like, is Envoy ever better than Province, I guess is the question.
So if you got Envoys in your deck, the golds aren't super helpful. And by the time you're greening, your deck's also full of lots of coppers. So again, the gold's not super helpful. Normally, I think, an Enclave or 2 before Provincing can be nice sometimes, but
yeah,
I'm less sure here. Maybe your first aid is just Province.
I think maybe on this board, if you get Enclave early, like hit 8 early, probably it's fine. But other than that, I'm probably not. All right, well, tossing the gold? Wait, why would we toss a gold?
Oh yeah, if they had Haunted Woods attacks,
right.
then I would agree that Enclave would be nice. But neither of them has Haunted Woods.
Mm-hmm. I always think Scouting Party is like Night Watchman, and then I play it and I realize, oh wait, it's not like Night Watchman.
It is worse. I think Scouting Party would be much nicer if you were not required to discard exactly 3. It's just
the exact 3 is a pretty unfortunate requirement. Uh-oh. Big mistake there, giving Verjok more workshops. Now that's more imps.
I can't believe they overlooked that.
Yeah, this does feel like too many enclaves to me. I think you have so many golds and it's a large deck. Provinces now are just great.
Agreed.
Well, Apo did hit a really early 8, in which case I think that enclave was fine, but other than that, eh.
IGG.
Man, what a boring game.
I wonder if we stop seeing IGGs after this. So, Verjok just triggered a shuffle. Apo's about to trigger a shuffle. The IGG attack is going to stop mattering very much from here on out.
If you have the points lead, you consider taking it because the duchies are also pretty low. So it's nice to like be able to threaten piles a little bit, I guess.
But wouldn't buying a duchy also threaten those piles?
Well, the duchies are going to run pretty soon, right? So let's say the duchies run and then you have 5.
Wait,
right?
If the duchies were already out, then I would very strongly consider IGG.
Wait, why is there an extra curse? Oh, it's a Jester. So I was like, why is there a curse mismatch? But the Jester handed the curse. Okay. Are we gaining copper? Why are we... Oh, for Devil's Workshop. Okay, sure. I guess.
Well, for a scouting party, I think was the main idea.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, actually. Stop making so much sense. Jeez. Alright.
As much as we like those imps, there are higher priorities.
Has anyone done imp this game?
Yes, I think. Imp starts at 13?
I always forget if it's Whisper Imp at 13.
I'm pretty sure Imp is 13 and Whisper is 12.
Okay, imps are 13 is imps, okay. And then Ghosts are 6. So I have no idea how multiplayer works. Do the spirit piles scale with player number?
My guess is no.
So there's only 6 ghosts for like 4 player?
You better get to them fast.
Well, I mean, the ghosts are only such a high priority pile, so...
Oh yeah, the ghost rush is a force to be reckoned with.
Alright, so the imp gets played here. Nice. Very easy province here. No, don't scout. There's so many... Well, maybe it's fine. I don't think I like scouting there, though, with 2 golds and imp in the hand.
They did trigger a shuffle, and they had a decent number of good cards outside of the shuffle, didn't they?
Maybe. Maybe it was fine, actually. I guess Apo does have a lot of golds, so that could be fine. And the idea of just losing 2 golds and an imp for the shuffle is a little sad.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if it was correct or not.
It might have been fine. I'm not paying strict enough attention to know exactly what these decks do.
Oh, I know exactly what these decks do. Apo's going to hit 5 next turn. Exactly. Did I say 5? I meant 8.
No, well, he's going to take an Enclave, which is like hitting 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I mean, he might make the mistake of buying the last province if he overlooks the clearly superior Enclave play.
That's true. All right. Well, Apo takes this one, presumably.
I think it was a big mistake there for Apo to take that gold in the last turn. I would definitely have passed my opponent that gold.
Just for style, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because gold's a bad card, you want to...
Quite a number of style victory points. And yeah, junk your opponent's deck.
All right, we did it. That's it.
Was that 4 games already? Oh, goodness.
Yeah,
Time flies.
those are pretty quick games.
Yeah, speedy. All right, well,
Okay.
see you around.